Hi, this is Kyle Elworthy from Network Essentials. Today, business owners, I want to ask you one question. Is your business really protected? And I know we've heard all the technical terms thrown out. Do you have a next-gen firewall in place, and is it updated regularly? And is it running antivirus scans and anti-malware scans? And is it running intrusion protection systems? And is it running web filtering so that it's blocking your employees from going to websites that they shouldn't go to during work hours? Do you have data backed up both locally and offsite to the cloud? Do you have antivirus systems on your endpoints, anti-spyware, anti-malware? We've all heard those technical terms, but I'm getting more to the point of your legacy, your business. Do you have a legacy plan, and is it prepared, and is it up to date? Is it written down? Is it published? Does your spouse have a copy of it? Does your business partners have a copy of it? Your attorney? And in that should be everything that helps you run your business, your bank account information, your insurance information. I'm going to show you a video of why I'm really talking to this. This hit me close to home about 5 years ago. My best friend and business partner unexpectedly passed away. And 3 times in the last 4 weeks, I've heard of business owners under 45 years old passing away unexpectedly. They don't have insurance in place. They don't have plans in place. And from what I've experienced, the personal chaos, not only in the business that happens, but also to the family, is something that I wouldn't want anyone to go through. So HTG Peer Group has graciously allowed us to share with you templates to help you get started on your journey of writing your legacy plan if you do not have one in place. And again, I'm going to show you this video, and at the end of the recording, I will have my contact information available so you can reach out to us to get copies of those templates. And on a personal side, if you just have questions or you want to talk about it, I'm happy to have those conversations. So email me, give me a call, and I look forward to you continue on your journey as a business owner, and best of luck with your legacy planning.
It was interesting that one of the big pushes with the groups are your 4 plans, and I bought into the business plan, really putting down where I wanted to go on paper and trying to set up a plan and execute towards legacy. At the time that I joined, I was 35, 36. The legacy is good, but I was married, didn't have kids, and didn't really consider legacy in the way that, fast forwarding through the years, I have come to look at it. Scott was something else. When he was one of the original HTG 13 members, and within 5 minutes we clicked. There was just so much synergy between he and I. We were both scuba divers. He lived in Florida, I used to live in Florida. A lot of our passions, our hobbies aligned so well that instantly we were best friends. And it was nice to have somebody that got me out of my heads down work to go do things for myself, like scuba diving. So I'd go down as often as I could to go scuba diving with him. Was very fortunate to see his business grow and be involved with the time that he met his girlfriend, who later turned into his wife. Also in 2010, he and I and 3 other men started another business. It was VC funded. And things were going really, really good. And 2011, I was in his bachelor party in January. In February, I was in his wedding. And I remember it clearly. I was sitting at a table on November 29th with my wife, and I got a call from his general manager. And I let it go to voicemail because it's like, why is his general manager calling me on a Saturday? There's no reason in this world that he would call me. And I figured something was wrong. So I picked up the phone and called him back, and I got the message that Scott didn't make it. It's like, what do you mean? 36 years old, married for 8 months, and he died scuba diving. And really, to this day, has really changed the way I look at my life. Immediately after that, I flew down to be with his wife and help her through the the tough times, setting up the funeral and getting the business together. And this is where the life plan and the legacy plan really drove home to me that I wasn't doing the right things for my family. I now have 2 kids at this point, and I've not really thought about if something happens to me, what happens to my wife, what happens to my kids, what happens to my business, what happens to all the people that work for me. And some of the examples were Scott was the only one that could sign paychecks, and payroll was due in 2 days, and nobody was going to get paid on his team. So first of all, you don't want all your clients to be concerned that, hey, this business is going under, we need to go somewhere else. But that all starts with making sure your employees are taken care of. First thing they discover problems is if they're not getting paid when payroll comes, it's huge. So we were fortunate enough to introduce Arlen into the mix and try and get that moving along. But some of the other tragedies just came along was Scott hadn't put together his plans well to the point where he did have insurance, he made an acquisition, and the Key Man Insurance paid off that loan. But his life insurance that he had wasn't set up to go to his wife, it was set up to go to his mother. And being a newly married man, he just bought a house with his wife, bought a new car, and all that was gone because the money that should have been there to help sustain his wife went to his mother, and she never saw a penny of that. The other side to that is that he had Christy, his wife, set up to be 51% owner of the business, but his aunt, 49%, and also CEO. And then his mother was the executive of the will. So that created a argument that was only decided by lawyers, and basically sold the company off about a year and a month later, and there was very little to no value left because all those funds went to the lawyers. And it took me a long time to process it. I mean, this is still 3 years later, and I still feel this. For me personally, I have set up my will, my living will, my will. All my insurances are set up that, I don't want my wife to have to think about anything that other than making sure that our family's okay. The business is set up to run. It's funded to find somebody else to continue it or sell it off, and I know that's something that everybody in HTG really needs to learn and really do, because accidents happen and you don't know when your time's up, and last thing you want to, I don't want my wife to go through what Christy went through. I don't want my kids to not be taken care of because of lack of my planning.